dum 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 dum
Space between Space Between.
What's going on, everyone?
Hello.
This is the Space Between podcast, where we talk about the space between life and art, passion and business, what's happening now and what's happening next. And I don't mean to do a repeat of our token reaction, but let me just tell you something. If you ever interrupt my intro again, it's gonna be some fucking shit between us.
Sorry, I was confused.
So what's going on?
Hi, everyone. It's fucking Tuesday.
Ooh, the audio's looking weird.
What's going on?
I don't know. You see how that looks?
Just with nothing on the bottom.
It looks weird. Yeah. All right. So I'm gonna pause for a second there. Yeah, that's not how it's supposed to be. Is this going right? Yeah, there we go.
So.
That's better.
Yeah, that looks more regular.
What was that about?
Technical difficulties. Get your act together.
All right, we are on live right now, so we're going to be talking to the people who are chiming in the comments, just for those who are listening afterwards, so you're not confused. We're not going crazy. There are people talking to us.
Yeah, today's a special day because your Kickstarter is live.
Yes,
as of this morning.
The latest Space Between Kickstarter is live. It's Destiny New York Volume 3, which we have a comment in our live stream from Mike Stencil. Mike says, "You rock, can't wait to read Destiny 3.
Awesome.
I like when Pat goes all Ike Turner, wow."
Me too. It's very comedic to me.
Sometimes you just gotta fucking do it to her, you know?
Yeah, definitely. So, how are you? How was your day? It's kind of like when the Kickstarter comes out, it's a little bit like a Shanforce holiday.
Yeah,
in our
definitely.
home.
Yeah, it's different.
We get really excited. We woke up this morning together and like had coffee and went live, and you've been just rocking it ever since.
Yeah, there's a bit of how do you say, electricity in the air?
Yeah, it's fun.
Definitely. And
It's the fun, one of the fun parts of your jobs because it's exciting.
Oh yeah, for sure. It's definitely keeps us on our toes for sure. And day ones are always intense.
Mm-hmm.
Day one of this one has been especially great. It's right now. This has been our second best day one ever. Destiny New York Volume 3, and I'll get into it a bit more later. But let's bring this up here and see how we're doing. Destiny New York Volume 3.
Boom.
Right now we are at 7,172.
Excellent.
I'm so happy with that. That's a great number to start with. And we are right now showing no signs of slowing down. Day one has had consistent pledges. And just thank you guys. Thanks to everyone who pledged. Check it out. For those who are watching the live stream now, if you have not yet pledged or seen the campaign, it is in the description here. And for those listening on YouTube or SoundCloud or iTunes, it is in the description of the video on YouTube and the description on SoundCloud too. iTunes, I can't do that. I don't believe. But no matter where we are on social media, we're going to be pushing this link hard. Very hard.
Definitely. It's a great story. And if you don't know about it yet for whatever reason, or you haven't hopped onto the bandwagon of Destiny New York, the video on there, Pat, I think, did a great job like explaining the story and explaining the levels that you can pledge for and stuff. And it's a nice layout of everything that's going on. So just click the link and see what's up with it, and see if it's something that you would be interested in. I personally love the story. I think it's great, and it's a really, really fun day for us. It's Pat's baby, basically.
Absolutely, yeah.
So,
and also, I do want to add too. If anyone missed volumes 1 and 2, those are also available on the Kickstarter.
And the artist, Eliza, is here.
Yes, Eliza Romboli, the artist of Destiny New York, is here. Hi, Eliza. She is in the live stream right now.
Cool.
But how are you?
I'm good. I did, as usual, every day, work. But I did something a little special today with my manager. I did like this thing called it's the first level of like the barista championship, because at Starbucks they try to like reward you for like taking pride in, you know, doing your job and stuff.
Yeah.
And this one specifically like making drinks and connecting with customers. So I did a quick like it was kind of like an interview almost with her at the end of my shift. So that was fun to stop what I was doing and do that for a little bit. But yeah, just a regular long day. Got to sleep in a little bit and go live this morning though, so that was different and nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And while you've been at work, a lot of cat stuff has been going on.
Oh.
And we usually talk about Wesley's vet escapades on the podcast, but this week I took Odo to the vet. Odo is our second oldest boy. He's 7, and this is going to be so exciting for you guys to hear. But I gotta tell you, when I took him in, the vet was in awe at the
So
beauty,
impressed.
the cleanliness of his teeth.
He said his mouth looked like a kitten's mouth.
Yeah, he said it was like a newborn cat's mouth. Like it was just.
I was gonna say infant cat.
But what I thought was pretty funny about the vet visit was he asked me if Odo has had any problems ever with the foot.
Sorry.
Her foot won't stop moving on my foot and making a fart sound.
Because the couch is leather too.
And if you see the two of us and you hear, who do you think is the one farting? No one's gonna think it's fucking you.
It's my feet.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
So listen, the vet was like, he's healthy. He has no heart murmur, which is rare for cats.
Apparently.
His kidneys are in good shape.
He's
Stomach's
not an
good.
alcoholic.
Yeah, he's not an alcoholic. And he asked if Odo ever had any problems, and I said, in adulthood, no. When we first got him, Odo was found in a box. He was very young, and he had a respiratory infection. He was covered in snot, and at that point, he was taken to foster care. And then when he was old enough, he became mine.
You rescued him.
I did. And then the vet just casually looks up at me and goes, "Oh, that was." He said, "Oh,
You
that was."
can't even say it without laughing.
I can't. He said, "Oh, that was probably herpes." And as he says herpes, he just meets my eyes, and in my mind, I can't. I just start laughing. I think he's trolling me. You know, I'm like, oh, yeah. And he explains, "Oh, herpes works differently with cats," and I was just in the vet office laughing about my cat's herpes.
It's like when someone's like, "But," and you're like,
Yeah, exactly. But like, yeah, but even more.
or like boobs.
Yes. I get what you're saying, but more what I'm saying. Because even more, right?
Yeah.
You expect him to like come up with some kind of disease you haven't heard of, like, oh, it's this, and that.
Mm-hmm.
But then he says herpes. And listen, no offense to anyone who has herpes, disgusting as you are.
Oh.
No, just kidding. Herpes is mad common. Apparently, everyone has herpes. I see 4 names in here. I think what the odds are that at least 2 of you motherfuckers have herpes. Herping it up. And
I'm pretty sure the statistics are pretty high.
yeah, so here we go. Me, Amy, Odo. Boom. Proved it.
Sicko.
No, but jokes aside, as common as herpes is, I didn't expect the vet to stare in my eyes and tell me that my cat had it. But apparently, yeah, it affects cats very differently. So Odo, my cat, he's out here herping it, you know?
Because the thing with the cats, it's been, we took Wesley to the vet, and then we decided, you know what, it's been a while, Pat made an appointment basically for each of them to go get like a checkup, one at a time. So this time it was Odo's time.
Right.
So it's not like there was anything wrong with him that we could see, but it was just his turn today, or not today, but the other day.
Yeah.
So when he went, it was so nice. I was proud of him when I heard about it because I was of course working, but Pat took him, and he like texted me like, "Oh, Odo has really nice clean teeth, the vet said. And I'm like, oh, nice. Don't got to worry about Odo. Because he's nice. He's our shyest boy. Usually the people that come over, it takes like a little bit of time for him to even come into the room where they are. Yeah. Like even for the second time they're over, they'll like recognize that he exists. Because usually he's just like kind of not around for the first time.
It's true.
Because he's a little bit standoffish. That's probably why his teeth are so clean. Just kidding. I don't even know why that made sense at all.
But if there's a group, right, of even people that Odo knows, what I noticed that he'll do is he won't go past the group. He'll stay between the group and his escape route. Right? So like say if there's a group in the middle of a living room in an open space, and the living room has a wall on one side and an open kitchen on the other side. If Odo comes downstairs and finds himself pinned between the wall and the group, he'll jet past the group and then just stop when he's outside of that barrier, and he stays with the group. He stays between the kitchen and the group.
It's like he's fine checking us out and looking at us, but he likes to be on at least one side of him, like open space. He hates to be completely enclosed all around, even by people. I feel he doesn't like the closed space, and he can dart so fast. Like when he does see a little like space to go in between people, all of a sudden it's just like whew, when you're like whoa.
Yeah, he's serious about it.
And then next thing you know, he's in the kitchen.
And commercial break. To talk a bit more about Destiny New York Volume 3, now on Kickstarter, our goal is $16,000. We've raised, in just one day, in just 10 hours, we've raised $7,172. That's amazing. Thank you for that. And this is actually my 10th Kickstarter. I've kickstarted Destiny New York Volume 1, Clonsters, Destiny New York Volume 2, a special edition of Destiny New York Volume 2, Prison Witch Volume 1, Afterglow, Gangster Barista, Spooky Girls. Oh, I'm missing one. Modern Dread.
Yeah.
Modern Dread was the one between Destiny New York Volume 2 and the special edition. So that's 9, and this is my 10th. And I like to think that I've gotten pretty good at it. I put a lot of detail into the way that we print the books. They're beautiful, thick books with a nice, thick paper stock, beautiful covers. And Destiny New York, in particular, is a long, thick graphic novel. We tend to, for the most part, produce shorter books to be able to afford to produce more. Like, for example, Clonsters is 60 pages, Modern Dread 60, Gangster Barista and Prison Witch are around 75. Destiny New York, all the volumes have been over 100 pages, and Volume 3 is 200 pages. So it's a lot of story, and we put a lot of heart into it too, and it's beautifully illustrated. So check the description down below and pledge to Destiny New York. If you just listen to our podcast and know us through that, I would say that this is the series to get to know us a bit deeper on. We Amy has worked on the series before, and I am the writer of it, and we put a lot into it, and this is the genesis of the company. It all started around this book, and now we're back for our 3rd volume.
Awesome.
So you had an experience. Oh, hey, we have Steven.
Hi.
Hey, I'm going to try it, Steve. I don't exactly remember what it was last time. But I remember the way that you wanted me to pronounce it is the wrong way, right? So Steve. I know it's Steve Lightman. It's Steve Lightman. That's not how it's spelled, though, Steve. What's going on, man? But yeah, Steve Lightman. Hello, sir. You had an experience this weekend. You went to the American Girl store.
Oh, that's right.
Amy's big into dolls. If you don't know, I'll put in the description down below a link to her channel where she unboxes and reviews dolls. But Amy had an encounter at the American Girl store. And hold on, I'll say this. One.
Listen, that was a beautiful day, and you're gonna talk about the encounter first.
No. One. I'm talking about a second. One first. Amy had an amazing time there, a beautiful time. And 2.
Also that day, we saw a musical.
We did, and that's going to be the topic of our vlog this week.
Word.
So hold on for that. But 2, Amy said the word cunt out loud a good 7 times at the American Girl store.
And okay, listen, look and listen, as my good friends Karen Kilgariff and Georgia Hardstark would say. Just kidding. They're the hosts of My Favorite Murder, which is a great podcast.
Your
Check
favorite?
it out. Yeah. But so here's the thing. So okay, I want to have a YouTube channel for like unboxing and reviews and shit. But like the thing is, even when I'm at work or even when like dolls are and stuff is technically for children, I'm not a child in many ways, and I will use profanity. I'll like, you know, I'm still Amy, but I'm in the American Girl store, and I'm very excited to be there. Okay, so because I love dolls, and I don't like when I was younger. I'm trying to decide what my favorite kind of doll is right now still. Like I'm in a mode of trying to like I get like excited about different kinds right now. It's like the 18-inch dolls. So we went to the American Girl store and fucking
Here she goes. Can I just add one thing first though?
Yeah.
You aren't a child in any way.
Well, I just say that because the only thing like quote unquote childlike is like how excited I get about like the dolls and all their different clothes and stuff like that. But apparently there's a very large doll community where they make clothes for their dolls and they like make wigs and stuff, and like I'm with that shit. I want it all.
And plus, like in every hobby, there are people who say what it should be for. Like people say that comics should be for kids sometimes, but those people just don't know the hobby.
Right.
Right. So you collect dolls.
Yeah, and so we go into the American Girl store and it's huge. And on like I have some video of in the store and stuff like that, and I wish I had this on video, but I do not. So we go it's a downstairs part. So like we've already explored the upstairs part. There's a freaking salon where people get their doll's hair done in the American Girl salon. Then we go downstairs.
That shit is way extra.
It's crazy. And so now we're downstairs and everything is boxed. And like they're on different level shelves, and on the bottom shelf is like this cute playset thing, and it's in a box, and I want to see how much it costs. So I get down on my knee and I like pick the box up to look on the bottom of the box carefully. And I hear
gingerly, one might say.
I know it's expensive. So then I hear behind me like this lady's like, "Can I help you?" Like super rude, like as if she thought I was gonna open the box right there and take the shit out and leave. And I'm just like, like, no, I didn't even know what to say. I was like, no, like I just want everything, you know, like meaning like I'm just checking the price or whatever. And she goes, okay, like that. And I was just very like, perturbed.
Yeah, and what's crazy is like, as aggressive as you make her sound, she was more aggressive than that. She was much more aggressive than that.
Because we both like stopped in our tracks like, what the fuck? Hi, Lydia.
We have Lydia, who we know is watching right now. What's going on? But yeah, so it definitely stopped me in my tracks because normally Amy and I are always ready for the fucking smoke. So when this lady said that to her, I like looked at Amy, what is she gonna say? And then she responded nicely. So I was like, am I like crazy in the wrong? Because this lady sounded like she was accusing Amy in a different way. Like just like accusing her like, can I help you? Like she sounded disgusted. And then when Amy responded nicely, the lady looked at her, like rolled her eyes, rolled her entire head and said, okay. Like, whoa. Like, I mean, come on. I know that like she probably mostly deals with children and maybe assumes that you're like some kind of like aggressive mom or something. I have no idea. But she I don't want to say that she could have caught your hands, but it was, you asked for her name, you were ready to go in on her.
Well, here's the thing. Like I responded nicely and then I start to go up the escalator again. because I got what I
That's right.
wanted down
That's right.
there.
Yeah.
And then Pat's like, she was a bitch, huh? And I'm like, yeah, you know what? She really was. So then I turn around, I start going down the stairs. Now Pat's like, oh my God, Amy's about to get arrested because that's how I am.
Well, yeah, I mean, what happened was, at that point, when I said that, I thought Amy, who's making so many weird sounds right now on the podcast, I thought that I thought that she hadn't caught on to what happened. I thought that she walked away and thought she tried to help me when that wasn't what happened.
No.
So what I said was, as we were going up the escalator, I triggered Amy when I said, I'm still not over how rude that lady was to you. And then Amy was like, oh, guess what? Me neither. And she fucking she got up to the next floor, a bow face, and went right back down. And I'm like, fuck.
And then he followed me down there, and I go up to her, and I continued the conversation that she started.
Yes.
And I said, you know what? You can help me. What's your name? And she said, Sharon. And I said, okay, Sharon, great. Thanks. I went upstairs, got the rest of the shit that I wanted.
What a Sharon thing to do, you know?
And then at the register, I told the lady who worked there, ringing me up, what a cunt Sharon was.
And listen, to Amy's credit too, the lady who was working there was like, well, I mean, I'm just at the register.
First I said, are you a shift manager, a shift supervisor, or a manager? Like,
Yeah.
I wasn't wiling out
No,
like
no,
a
no.
psycho.
No, watch, hold on. I have a point here. Amy was talking to this lady, and the lady at the register said, I can't do anything. I just work at the register, and do you want me to get a manager? She asked multiple times, and Amy said no. And then when she walked away, she's just thanked her for letting her vent. So Amy wasn't gunning for Sharon's job, right? She wasn't trying to get Sharon fired on the spot. All she wanted to do was let another worker know
So maybe
that her coworker's a piece of shit.
maybe tomorrow, when they're eating their fucking breakfast bars together in the break room, the lady can be like, oh, what happened yesterday? Because someone said you were a cunt like 5 times. She was really pissed off about it. You must have been a huge cunt to her. What happened? And then Sharon can tell her side of the story.
What was alarming about it was like it was using a regular thing to ask to be so aggressive. It's not like she said, are you stealing? Whereas Amy could say no. She asked, are you stealing? By asking, can I help you?
Yeah.
And it was just salt in the wound. But yeah, so
Very rude.
that night, Amy went back and killed Sharon. And,
No.
Oh, sorry. I shouldn't say that on the podcast.
No, really it did make... Because I came away from the American Girl store with a bunch of cool stuff. So I was really excited. And, like, I want to go back there and stuff. So I didn't really want Sharon to ruin my experience.
No.
You know? Because she sucks. She'll probably get fired anyway.
Now, fuck Sharon. We have a commercial break. Destiny New York,
Look, you
Volume
got
3. Oh, I know. I was about to say that.
Go ahead.
Leave me alone and let me do my shit. Destiny New York, Volume 3 is on Kickstarter right now. We are currently at a new number than last time, 7,202. We're making that money. Yeah, we are approaching the halfway mark. When we hit 8,000, I'm hoping to hit that tonight. We're going to be 50% funded in one day, and that's awesome. Our goal is $16,000. We absolutely can do it. Now, for those who are watching, send those hearts. Hey, it's Steve Lightman. For those who are watching, send those hearts. Thank you. Please hit the Kickstarter. Pledge. We have opportunities to get the book in digital form, physical form. Any books that you may have missed from the series, we all have there. And we never have sponsors on this podcast, so we're going to sponsor ourselves. Go there, pledge to Destiny New York Volume 3, please. So, what do we cover today? Odo has herpes. Had herpes.
In the past, he had herpes, according to the vet that didn't know him at the time.
Okay, so Vet didn't know Odo. He probably had herpes.
Okay.
We
I'm
also
a barista champion.
Amy's a barista champion. We've learned we learned that people who have herpes are normal. They could be me or especially you.
We didn't learn
You know,
shit.
it could.
You just saying that.
Like, all right, so we have three people. We have 3 people watching the live stream right now. People are leaving us left and right, but
They got shit to do.
you know, those 3 people, one of them could have the Odos. You know.
You and your statistics.
We learned about Amy's situation with Sharon, an American Girl.
My arch nemesis.
And I'll leave you with this. This is my last bit for the podcast this week because we have no Kickstarter of the week because we are the Kickstarter of the week, yeah, bish.
Shit.
Destiny New York Volume 3 is the Kickstarter of the week.
Very nice.
We out here in these
I
streets,
see
okay?
what you did there.
But I want to leave you with this. We're talking about this American Girl experience. But the cool part about it is that Amy left that store with a doll, okay?
2.
Well, yes, but one is better. And,
Fucking dare you.
and this week, probably this week or next, I'm not sure. Whenever it's up, check the description down below on Amy's channel. She has a video that she's working on right now that's spotlighting this doll.
Yes.
So, the experience of the store wasn't just about Sharon. That was just a funny bit that I wanted to share because that makes me laugh. And this podcast is for shits and giggles, you know? Like,
Yes.
we, a friend of mine, Chris, when we were talking about the transgender military ban, suggested that we talk about something political on the podcast for a bit every week. And that isn't a bad idea. I understand why you would want that because, like, you know, we talk about real shit sometimes too. You know, we tell funny stories, but it gets real. But I want to mostly tell funny stories, and then if it gets real, it gets real, and just keep it real natural, you know, and not plan to have any like serious sections or anything. But if we get to a natural place that gets political or dark or herpes, we'll go there. But mostly funny stories, and I thought that my Odo story that made me laugh. And Amy having so much beef at the American Girl store made me laugh too. But
Beef everywhere where I go.
indeed, you got enemies. Got a lot of enemies. Got a lot of people trying to ruin your American Girl store experience.
Definitely.
But listen, there's more to the experience than that. Check Amy's YouTube channel down below. She'll be posting a video about her doll. Do you have anything else to say?
No, just thank you for being here, and yeah, check out my channel. My other channel so far has like 3 videos on it so far, and I'm trying to upload and edit more as I go on, just like you said. So I think that I'm done there.
Yeah, I mean, here's what I'll leave you with too. And remember, we have no outro, so when I'm done talking, I'm just gonna end the podcast.
It's over.
1, pledge to Destiny New York Volume 3. We are now at 7,272.
Yee.
Be going up.
Nice.
And 2, please subscribe to Amy's channel. She's going to be posting awesome content. And I mean, if you don't, you might be a rat bastard.
Oh my god.
Thanks, guys.
Space Between.